Be thankful for what you have, and you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never have enough. Oprah Winfrey. Many of you probably remember the name Dan Jansen. He was an Olympic speed skater, and he competed in 4 Olympics back in the 80s and 90s. He competed mostly in the men's 500 meter, but also in the 1,000 meter, which he did okay in. But the 500 meter was his event. In fact, at the time, 5 of the world record speeds for the men's 500 meter were all held by Dan Jansen. He was the fastest man alive over 500 meters on skates. He could seemingly beat anyone alive. But one thing seemed to continually elude him, and that was an Olympic medal. No matter what happened, he just could not seem to win in the Olympics. He could win in all kinds of other events, setting all kinds of world records, but could not win in the Olympics. And he would not be satisfied without an Olympic win. He competed in 4 Olympics, and he failed in the first 3 to win any medals at all, let alone gold. Even though he had the 5 fastest records in the world, he could not pull off the Olympic win. Finally, his 4th and what he knew would be his last Olympics came along in 1994. And in his event, the 500 meter, he came in 8th place. Dan Jansen was at the top of his game, but because one thing eluded him, he could not and would not be happy. He was missing one thing. Or so he thought. There's this phenomenon known to humans as hedonic adaptation, or the hedonic treadmill. And this is the phenomenon that where no matter what we get, any success or money or possessions, no matter what it is, we will always eventually get used to the new and exciting things that we have, and they will become old and rote. And we will need something bigger and better and faster and shinier to make us happy again. We adapt to our environment. No matter how successful or rich we become, we will eventually get used to it and get bored of it. Black Friday is a tremendous example of this. On the day where we are supposed to take time to be thankful for everything we have, people line up to bust down doors at 6 p.m. to get more stuff. It used to be the next day, right? And the joke was, hey, we're going to be thankful for everything we have on one day, and then the next day we're going to run out and trample people to get more. But it's not even the next day. It is the day. The day we are supposed to be thankful for what we have. People line up for hours and hours and hours to get more and more stuff. And it won't be enough. The new iPhone will become an old iPhone. The large high-definition TV will become small and or fuzzy compared to the next new ones that come out. The brand new car with the larger-than-life bow on top will get dusty and need repairs. It will never be enough. But what if there was another way? What if happiness didn't come from more things? Surely success then. Not material things, but success will bring us joy. More success and more success, bigger promotions, more responsibilities, a larger company to manage, more success. If we could just have a bit more money, a bit more success, then we could be satisfied. Then we could be happy. After winning 5 Super Bowls, Tom Brady purportedly said that there has to be more to life than this. People think that Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are rich now at around $150 billion apiece, but the richest man in history is considered to be John D. Rockefeller. At his death, he was estimated to have, in today's dollars, $420 billion in net worth. That's nearly 3 times the richest person now. He was asked at one point, John, how much more money do you need to get to be happy? He was already the richest man in the world many times over at that time, and he was asked, how much more do you need to be happy? His response, just $1 million more. $420 billion, and he just needed a little bit more to be happy. Even success, with the wrong mindset, does not bring happiness. But what if there's another way? What if fullness of joy could be had? What if there was another way? Gratitude is the way. To be truly thankful for what we have and to express that gratitude to and with others is the way. It helps us to enjoy what we already have. And because we already have so much, we can have much joy. It doesn't matter how much stuff you acquire or even how successful you get. If you don't have gratitude, if you don't realize what you have, you will never be happy. Will you actually take this time this year to truly take stock of what you have and be thankful for it? Beyond that, will you express that gratitude to and with other people? Will you take it one more step? And will you allow that gratitude to change your mindset and therefore change your ways? Do we really need more? Maybe we already have enough. Maybe we need to learn to enjoy what we already have. Gratitude is the way. There's an interesting book that I've read lately called The Gap and the Gain by Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan. The book is for high achievers and how they often are not happy, not satisfied, no matter how much they achieve. These men are coaches with high achieving people, very successful, very wealthy individuals to help them take them to the next level. And what they observed over and over again is that many of these people are not happy. And part of the reason is that they are constantly living in the gap. You see, we have this ideal that we have, this ideal person that we aim to be, and we are always measuring ourselves towards that ideal. And when we see that ideal self and we see where we're at now, we see a gap. And we're constantly living in that gap, trying to close it, trying to get to that ideal person. Whether it's an ideal look or an ideal amount of money or an ideal level of success or an ideal amount of possessions and things and prestige, there's always something that we want more. We always want more of that thing. The ideal is always out there, and we are constantly measuring ourselves to that ideal. And therefore, we live in the gap between where we are now and where we think we need to be happy. However, if we look the other way and we see how far we've come, and we look at the gain that we've made over those years or decades, then that changes our perspective. If we choose to live not in the gap, but instead choose to live in the gain and to take time to reflect on how far we've come, on what we've accomplished and what we've done, and the relationships that we've built, then we can start to have true happiness. If we pause to look back at the gain with gratitude, we welcome joy into our lives. Gratitude is the way. In the spirit of reflecting on what we have to be grateful for and expressing it to others, this is what I'm thankful for. A relationship with Jesus, that I get to spend time with Him every day and with other people who enjoy Him with me. It's not something I have to do, it's something I get to do. He's done so much for me, and I appreciate the work in my life and in the lives of those around me. Could not be more grateful. I'm grateful for my wife. She's the best of all time. Sorry to all of those out there who are married, but I actually have the best one. Her qualities are numerous, and I could go on and on and on about how special she is to me. I'm grateful for my daughter, who's almost 2, and whose favorite thing in the world right now is to wrestle downstairs. I'm going to go do that later tonight after work, and I'm very excited to do so. Could not be more grateful for the little joy that she is in my life. I'm also grateful for my other daughter, who we will meet soon. I'm grateful for my community, my friends, my partners at work, and those who gather around and support me and whom I can support. I'm grateful for my mind that functions well. I'm grateful for my body that is healthy, strong, and able. And I'm grateful for my work, which is meaningful and changes lives and generations. Yes, I put a lot of effort into every one of those. A lot of effort and time and attention. These things don't happen by accident, but I can and am still grateful for all of them and for the parts of each of those that I cannot control. Being grateful helps me to enjoy them more. and it helps me to be better at all of them. Don't take them for granted. Do give them gratitude. Last event in the 1994 Winter Olympics, the 1,000 meter skate. This is Dan Jansen's worst event that he competes in. He already lost hope of winning any Olympic gold when he came in 8th in the 500 meter. Before the race, he decided to stop focusing on the one thing that he was missing that he thought he needed for fulfillment and happiness. He chose instead to focus on everything that he had. His family, his coaches and supporters who had poured so much into him, his love for the sport and his life. It didn't matter if he won. He realized he already had everything he needed, and that was enough for him. Dan Jansen won the gold medal in that event, and setting an all-time world record speed in the process. It is only when you take time to reflect on everything you have and express gratitude for them that you will be happy. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be granted even more to be grateful for. Gratitude is the way. If you enjoyed that, you would love being part of our free membership community. It's called Retire Membership, and it has a host of benefits, all for free. For example, you can always buy my book, 3D Retirement Income, on Amazon. But if you join us at Retire Membership, we will send you either a hard copy or paperback for free, provide the ebook and the audiobook so that you can listen to it if you don't have time to read it. In addition to that, we'll also provide you with a bunch of content that you can't get anywhere else. For example, we have our quarterly Retire Mentorship magazine, which comes out quarterly and has no ads whatsoever. It's just timely content to help you stay the course. We also have workbooks for our free online workshop to help you get the most out of those, flowcharts to help you make better decisions, and a weekly email to provide timely content that you can unsubscribe from at any time. We never ask for any payment information, and we never share your information with anyone else. We just want to provide timely content and help you stay the course to retire successfully and stay successfully retired. There's no reason to wait, so join us now at retiremembership.com, or you can click on the link in the description and it'll go right there. We can't wait to see you in the community. Cheers. This podcast is educational only and is not investment, tax, or legal advice.